watching this sick. This is sickening.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to News to the Science, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And I want to thank you all for reaching out to me through every platform. The word is that Marvel Spider-Man 2 leaks have revealed some major storyline spoilers, and I'm here to talk about that. I actually managed to go ahead and find some articles to read about it before I started making this video. So we're going to go ahead and get into those details and watch out for potential spoilers. Even though I don't really believe any of this nonsense, there is just one minor detail in this spoiler article that I do believe could be most likely real, but for the rest, it kind of sounds a bit bizarre and a little bit far-fetched in my opinion. So we're going to go ahead and get into those details, but before we do that, be sure to like, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss anything. I post videos on a daily and I do live streams from time to time. Join my Discord. The invitation link to that is in the description box below, along with the links to my socials, such as my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. If you're interested in other kinds of contents there, then definitely be sure to follow me there as well. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, this is from Sports+lighting+kit, and then we're going to go ahead and go into the Reddit where it talks about this 4chan account that's talking about this spoilers that was recently leaked. And now that we're getting closer to Marvel Spider-Man 2, it's that time of year where supposed quote-unquote spoilers start to leak. It always happens just about for every video game you can think of. As we get closer to the launch of any video game, there are supposedly spoilers that people are claiming to be real. So this is from Sports+lighting+kit, and Marvel Spider-Man 2 is scheduled to go live sometime later this year. While not much is known about the game, certain leaks have surfaced online providing detailed insight into its storyline, including the villains. The story revolves around Miles Morales and Peter Parker striving to protect New York City. Spider-Man 2 was first announced in 2021, and after 2 years of development, the title is finally set to go live on the PlayStation 5. The leak in question provides information about some villain players and will encounter in the game. And the Spider-Man 2 leaks hint at the possibility of Kraven and Venom being involved in the storyline. That much I can only agree about the Venom and Kraven thing. They're being involved in the storyline. I'm pretty sure Kraven's going to be heavily involved in the storyline and somewhat involved with Norman Osborn, because I think Kraven's going to be doing a job at the request of Norman Osborn. And the leaks of the questions were first spotted on 4chan. And if you can believe that, 4chan is really well known for posting incredibly real, or if not, incredibly hard fake leaks, and a forum notorious for real and fake leaks. Like I said before, the information soon made its way to Reddit and had several users discussing it. As per the leaks, Norman Osborn will hire Kraven the Hunter to retrieve the symbiote from Peter Parker because he will need it to cure his son Harry. He also asks Kraven to retrieve some DNA samples from Miles and Peter so that he can run further experiments on those samples. Although Kraven wants to kill Peter, Norman asks him not to go down that route because it's bad PR. Unhappy with the idea, Kraven acts on his whims and sets out to kill Spider-Man. Now, the only problem with this supposed leak is that how does Norman Osborn even know that Peter and Miles Morales are Spider-Man? That's the only thing that I have a problem with this supposed leak. Moving on, that's where the leak ends, but it hints at some interesting details. If Peter Parker has the symbiote suit, he'll ideally have the iconic black suit. Furthermore, there's a chance that Eddie Brock might also be featured in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now, this is my input right here. If Eddie Brock were to be featured, I hope that there's some sort of buildup in the narrative of Marvel Spider-Man 2, only because we've only gotten like a certain, I guess, hint of Eddie Brock's existence in this universe of Spider-Man, where if you were able to find a bag that has a letter, like a see you later or see you around kind of card written to Peter Parker, that's the only hint that we know of about Eddie Brock, at least his existence in the game. Now, if Eddie Brock is going to get featured in Marvel Spider-Man 2, or at least be a major part of the plot, then he needs to be introduced early on into the game and kind of give us a build-up with Eddie Brock. Kind of like how we got that build-up with Dr. Octavius, where he was first introduced as this sort of like, father figure-like character where everybody can get behind. And also he was a very likable character until the very end, where he just became, this moody, villainous bad guy. So I think if Eddie Brock is going to be a major part of the plot, he needs to be introduced as like an old friend or at least an acquaintance of Peter Parker. Maybe some sort of minor rivalry there, here and there, I would be interested and I would be even more invested in a character like Eddie Brock like that. So I don't know about Eddie Brock's involvement, but if the leaks are to be true, then Insomniac has another banger of a storyline in store. However, as the case with all leaks, players need to take it with a pinch of salt. And like I say before all the time in all of my videos, when it comes to talking about topics just like this, you gotta take it with a huge grain of salt. Considering that it was first spotted on 4chan, there's a chance that it could be fake, which I do believe that it is really fake. For now, there's no way to prove the authenticity of these leaks, as the developers haven't even revealed much information with respect to the title. Now, if we move on to the 4chan article, it reads here, another 4chan Spider-Man 2 leak claps hands. So this is from r/gaming leaks and rumors. And it says here, honestly speaking, this just sounds like a LARPing web argument. Taking this and then the first leak with an extremely tiny grain of salt, I just don't see it. Posting it anyway because I need this game to come out. On the off chance any of this is true, there will be spoilers in this thread. Edit, y'all saying the link doesn't work. I copy pasted it below. I also found an earlier post of this to the CO like the last one. And this is from the boards.4channel.org, and it reads, hello, I'm the same guy who talked about the story details for SM2 in /CEO/, not that the guy in the /v/ who added a ton of multiverse into my leak, which I noticed is an exact copy of what I heard with a bunch of Spider-Verse shoehorned and a magical knowing of the entire plot, which I knew you did not get from any dark web emails or playtests. Now that's another thing. I've heard a lot about a Spider-Verse possibility being a major plot point in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Honestly, I just don't buy it. I don't see it, and not in this universe. And I think Insomniac Games kind of made it clear that they will not be tackling that kind of plot point for their games, at least not for this franchise, because I think at that point, if you were to introduce the idea of a multiverse, it would just be a little bit over convoluted in my opinion. And I'm just saying, I think it's better if Marvel Spider-Man as a franchise remain its own thing with its own storylines and not just meshing or involving, like, let's say other characters or other Spider-Man characters in this case. Just keep it its own thing, and I think it'll be the best, because I think we have enough Spider-Verse kind of stories out in the world. I mean, we're getting the movies, we have comic book storylines that focus heavily on the Spider-Verse, and I get it, the Spider-Verse is a very, very popular topic when it comes to Spider-Man, but we don't need it for this franchise, and I like it that it's a self-contained kind of thing. So nothing I know about the game suggests anything to do with the Spider-Verse. I could be wrong considering more accurate leakers claim as such, but I'm only going to talk about what I said or what I was told. Believe me or not, I will not judge you. In fact, I'd prefer you to call bullshit on me, but my friend play tested a few cutscenes and recently told me more details about a particular scene. Spoilers, just in case I out that formula. Now, he claims, or whoever this person is on Reddit, claims that he has a friend who tested it, at least game tested, this game, Marvel Spider-Man 2. I don't believe it either. Again, I don't buy it. The only people who are going to be able to test it are the developers over there at Insomniac HQ. So, again, where is this coming from? This is completely random. I just don't buy it. Norman Osborn realized Harlem Spider-Man, Miles, got bit by the same exact spider that he was engineering in his secret lab. He's also pissed about the original Spider-Man, Peter, having his son's life-saving GR27 attached to him. So he hires Kraven to retrieve the symbiote and get numerous DNA samples from Miles and Peter for more experiments. Kraven gets elated about Spider-Man the way he usually does and quickly decides to do things his own way. This may include killing them, which Norman Osborn expressed he wouldn't be angry about, but he'd much rather have the samples and GR27 back for his son. He would also not like to be responsible for their deaths, as his PR is already in the Kravinoff basically tells him to f off and keep his money. Norman gets pissed the hell off. And that's pretty much all I got as far as these quote-unquote leaks are concerned. Again, I don't buy most of this stuff. To me, I think it's just and people are just, I guess, fabricating these plot leaks. The only thing I'm probably going to buy is Norman Osborn hiring Kraven to go after Spider-Man, at least either of the Spider-Man. It doesn't really matter. And that's the only detail I'm going to be able to buy from these leaks. Aside from that, the rest just sounds completely like a total complete mess, especially the part about the Spider-Verse. That's a total lie. That's not going to happen. This franchise is already moving in the right direction, and to include a Spider-Verse plot storyline into this franchise would be a huge mistake. Perhaps after, let's say, we get a third Marvel Spider-Man game, then they can go ahead and do like any crazy Spider-Man spin-off game that they want to do, and maybe those Spider-Man games can focus on Spider-Verse storylines. But for now, let it remain its own self-contained thing, and that's about it. Anyways, that's all I got for you today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tell me, what are your thoughts about these storyline plot leaks, and do you believe them? Do you even believe a small percentage of these leaks? You let me know with your thoughts down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, thanks again for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notifications so you all don't miss anything. And I will see you all in the next comic panel.